All right, let's take a look at this one. We got, looks like a nice little league shot here.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the photo's good, right? The photo's pretty good. Captured a moment of action. Looks like a strike. Looks like someone's throwing a strike because the ball's behind the batter.
Yeah. It like went right over the bat.
Yep. So let's go ahead and do the standard thing. Let's start by hitting auto. Try that. That's not bad. Let's try adaptive. I think adaptive looks better in this case.
Yeah.
Then we got to fix this. It's crooked. So let's go down here to the transform panel and let's hit auto and see if that does it for us.
Yeah.
It did pretty well. You have to click this constrain crop so it crops away the other junk. But that's not straight.
It failed.
That's lame. All right, undo.
Lame.
Just go to the rotate and do it yourself. That's a fail. What do you think about that?
Sometimes that happens.
That look about right.
Yeah, that looks like. I'm looking at the back, the fence.
Yeah, see, I'm trying to look at this thing right here to keep it straight. And then you can still hit the constrain crop. I think what you owe this photo is you got a bunch of dirt in the front. You got more sky than you need. Just go to the crop tool and press the letter X. When you do that, it flips the crop. Because I think your story,
that's the story,
is right here. Right? Look at the difference. That's where the story's at. Now, there is another thing that we have to deal with here, and that is that the white balance is off. How do I know the white balance is off? Because things that are supposed to be white look blue. The catcher's uniform is bluish. The lines are bluish. Not so much the pitcher, because the pitcher might be out in the sun, but the ump and everybody are kind of in a little bit of shade. So if you're in the shade with auto white balance, everybody's going to turn blue. So you can just go here to the temperature and tint, drag it over to the right until the blue goes away and things look white again. Oh, somewhere like in there. Now, it didn't do your sky any service, but this is late in the day. You can see.
Looks like it's.
You can see it's late in the day, right?
Times.
And then let me open up the shadows a little bit. It's still a little dark. And increase the whites a little bit to give it a little more brilliance. Well, something there looks pretty good. And you need to sharpen. To be honest with you, I wouldn't sharpen it in Lightroom. I would use a plugin. I would use Topaz or On One or something like that.
Could we use the lens blur feature to blur out those houses back there? What do you think?
I don't know if it's going to work. I think the lens blur is going to focus on them.
Yeah.
Let's go see. So the lens blur, it would be really nice if it's
great for sports shots.
Oh yeah,
if
but
it works.
Oops, I hit the wrong thing here. Lens blur. Let's hit apply, and we can work with the focus range and see if that'll help us.
Because really,
did it do anything?
I don't think it did anything. It's not finding anything.
Yeah. Let's say, hey, there's a person. There we go. That did the background look.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's too far, but we could stretch that focus range.
Right. Oh, we're almost there.
Yeah, we could even paint over that hand. It's losing the one hand.
Yeah, you could just paint over. There is a little brush for refinements here, and you can paint areas you want to be in focus or paint areas you want to blur. We could paint just over his hand with a smaller brush. And then I want the background to be more. Let's just paint over him and see if we can pull this back now. Whoops, I don't want to move that. I want to move this.
There we go.
All right, but I need to do that focus thing again because you're right. It's losing his arm there.
Losing his arm every time. But yeah, look at that. Just got a 2.8 upgrade.
Yeah, you just upgraded your lens. And then, just as a little finishing touch, we would go down to effects.
Vignette.
Add a little bit of a vignette. Oops.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there. And then see where we started.
There we go.
Now that's after the crop, right? It was tall originally. But what we basically, this is pretty simple stuff. We've just basically got our exposure looking good. We straightened the photo. We got the white balance looking right. And we added a little blur to the background because those houses in the background don't enhance much of anything. Anyway, that's certainly better.